Sofia Yezakova is hard at work, creating a large-scale drawing that represents the Ukrainian soldiers that have died defending their home country. For a long time, art seemed pointless, but moving into a Ukrainian art collective here in Berlin has helped.
For
the first 2 months, I couldn't pick up a pencil or a brush, couldn't think about anything. Everything seemed useless and meaningless because the war was on. People were dying, so what could I possibly draw? But when I arrived here, and for the last 2 weeks in Kyiv, I stopped despairing and I started to draw.
The art collective, called the Ukrainian Cultural Community, has been set up with the help of German organizations. 18 Ukrainian artists are living here in a 500 square meter flat that used to be a brothel right in the center of the German capital.
I think this is a very open metropolis, a city where a lot of cultures interact and also where we have a lot of space for people to live, space for people to get support and to meet each other.
Victoria Temnova is from Kherson, a city in the south of Ukraine that is occupied by Russian troops. Back home, she was a well-known fashion photographer. Here in Berlin, she is exhibiting photos from the city from before the war to show people the real face of her home.
My city now has another everything. Like it's still Ukraine, but with no rules, with someone who just wanted to do something violence with your people.
Around 70,000 Ukrainian refugees are in Berlin. Each person brings their own story, their own sorrows and their own hopes. Now, migrants and refugees always bring something to the countries where they do end up, and this is of course no exception. The artists that have ended up here in the German capital Berlin have brought their own art, their own way of looking at the world to Germany. This is Jonah Kellgren reporting for Euronews Berlin.